Hey guys, I'm back. I wanted to do a quick little update since I had the ability. I wanted to do my arrow videos. So right now, started out. Maybe I can get a little bit more of some bright light. This nice little lantern here, that always comes in handy because I'm not somewhere right now where I usually record. Start off, we have 12 monkeys. Now, this one right here, it's the one about in 96, a deadly virus is unleashed by a group of calling themselves the Army of 12 Monkeys, destroying much of the world's population and forcing survivors underground. In 2035, prisoner James Cole, played by Bruce Willis, which says here Die Hard, which I don't think is his best movie, is chosen to go back in time and help scientists in their search for a cure. Featuring an Oscar-nominated turn by Brad Pitt from Fight Club as a mental patient, Jeffrey Gowan's 12 Monkeys would become Gilman's most successful film. Now, of course, as you guys know, Arrow is the be-all of everything when it comes to movies, what they do. Now, for some of you to my channel that don't know what Arrow does because you're so used to watching my music and vinyl, Arrow puts out these movies, like I said, that I'm going to show you, but they do it in such a wonderful way. They give you two options. They give you the original artwork or that you can choose. It flips. Now, the insides come like this. This one doesn't have much in it, but if I take this out, you can obviously see here for 12 Monkeys how there is another cover that you can switch, which I absolutely love. Now, this isn't by far like my favorite. Starting to collect these Arrow videos, and I'm getting my hands on all the ones that I think I will enjoy. There's some of them out there that don't look too good to me. Also in this, there'll be one Criterion movie, because it's the only one I have, I think, right now. Up next, we got Dario Argento's The Bird and the Plumage, the special edition one. It's beautiful. It comes with a huge book and a poster. Here is the book for it. And it is absolutely amazing. It gives a rundown on everything in the movie, on set, and then it comes with a huge poster. Those are some of the perks that you will get when you order movies from Arrow. There's I don't know if I mentioned it, but postcards usually come in them. And yeah, this one's going for no less than like $90 right now online. It was one of the first ones I got. Somebody, I acquired it through a trade. Yeah, so I did not enjoy the movie The Bird and the Plumage. It's one of those that I definitely trade, but it's worth so much. Now, a favorite of a lot of people. This is Children of the Corn. Let me get this light going so you can see better. Okay. So, Children of the... I love how it's got a holographic. And then I, of course, chose the old background for it. And, of course, this one right here, if you don't know, it's Stephen King. It's from the mind that celebrated horror. Another Stephen King, the man behind such classic terror tales as The Shining, Carrie, It. A young couple on a road trip find themselves lost in the backwoods of rural Nebraska, eventually winding up in a seemingly abandoned town of Gatlin. But the town is far from empty, as the pair soon dissuaded by a twisted cult of murderous children thirst for their blood sacrifice. Now, this really isn't too gory, but it is pretty damn good. The sequels, I cannot say anything really too well about. And of course, all the Arrow videos. This one comes with a brand new 2K restoration. It comes with audio commentary from the director. It's got harvesting horror, retrospective documentary featuring interviews with Fritz Kurtz, John Franklin, and Courtney Gaines. It was the 80s. An interview with actress Linda Hamilton and Child Shall Lead Them, a brand actors Julia Madalena and John Philbin. Field of Nightmares, a brand new interview with writer George Goldsmith. And I think Stephen King also does an interview in this. Now, next up, from the guy that brought you Audition and brought you Apartment, and brought you, of course, what he's well known for, Ichi the Killer. This is the Dead or Alive trilogy. See, nice plastic slipcases to protect my movies, because we do have people that smoke in my house, and I don't want my movies to get all ruined, So I'll just open this up a little bit. And they seal back very nicely. It's not just like a one-time use thing. And this has 3 movies. My sister's best friend, Rob, actually introduced me to Tanahashi Miike. And ever since then, he showed me Zebra Man, then Ichi the Killer. And he's the one that really got me into movies. And my sister, I've noticed, has been watching them. So, Angel, if you're watching, I love you, and I hope you show my nephews what I've been up to and what I'm doing. So this one, it's basically, the beginning of it, it's an explosive 6-minute montage of sex, drugs, and violence, and ending with a false-headed battle robot. Takashi Miike's unforgettable Dead or Alive trilogy features many of the director's most outrageous moments set along some of the most dramatic movie scenes. Made between 1999 and 2002, Dead or Alive films cemented Miike's reputation overseas as one of the most provocative infants of Japanese cinema, yet also one of the most talented and innovative filmmakers. So now this movie right here, it's more so like a tough gangster who is played by Rike Tikuocho, and his name is Raichu, and his ethnical Chinese gang make a play to take over the drug trade of Tokyo's Shinjuku district by massacring their competition. But he meets his match in Detective Jojimi, played by Sho Akawa, who will do anything to stop them. Dead or Alive 2, Birds, that's the second one. Cast, it's hard to pronounce his name, and it's so weird because there's a wrestler with the same last name. Akawa and cheat together again, but as characters, a pair of rival Yakuza turn out to be childhood friends. After a botched hit, they flee together to an island where they grew up and decide to devote their deadly skills to a more humanitarian case. In Dead or Alive Final, Takuchi and Iwaka are catapulted into a future Yokohama ruled by something gangs and cyborg soldiers. They were once again butt heads in the action-packed cyberpunk ting. Each of them unique in theme, and the live film showcase Miike at his peak, which I don't agree with. He did plenty of stuff before and after this. Better not saying anything bad about these because they are very, very good, like it says. Just this is nowhere near. This is at the bottom of Miike's list of best movies, in my opinion. I prefer his gore and everything else. So next up, another movie that my sister showed me. This is Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Of course, Stephen King once famously quoted as saying, "I have seen the future of horror. His name is Clive Barker." What future was realized in 1987 with the release of Barker's directorial debut, Hellraiser? Based on his own novella, The Hellbound Heart, Barker's Hellraiser sees Larry, played by Andrew Robinson, and his wife, Julia, played by Claire Higgins, into their new home, unaware that something evil lurks beneath the floorboards of the house. Something that wants human blood. Introducing the world to the sadistic band of Cenobites, Hellraiser becomes an instant genre classic upon release and remains one of the most frightening original versions in horror. And of course, because it's Arrow, it's all been restored and remastered. And I have to flip this because I prefer the original. Once I take this out, you'll see. what I mean. Because again, you can change the outsides. That. And this right here is the disc. And for all you guys that have been sleeping on Arrow, go check them out. They've got tons of stuff that you guys might even enjoy. I'm sure if you're watching this, you enjoy a lot of the movies I do also. This just actually... See this? These are so cheap and flimsy, but they protect so well when they actually work right. Don't try putting it on anything other than just normal Blu-rays. Like, these are not the size of normal Blu-rays, obviously. Because, again, Arrow does such an amazing job with everything that they do. Well, I'll just fix that later and continue with the movie with this update. I know I haven't made one in a while. Kept saying I was gonna. I didn't even do my 30 movies of Halloween. Now up next, The Hills Have Eyes, Part 1. This is another special box set. Amazing. It comes with a book and a poster, of course. And, you know, just look at that. Look at how amazing. And that is very, very sturdy. I chose this cover for it. Now, this one, of course, is Wes Craven's critically acclaimed commercial success with the likes of Scream. Wes Craven achieved critical and commercial success with the likes of Scream, and many genre fans, director's seminal 1977 effort, The Hills Have Eyes, remains his masterpiece. Taking an ill-advised detour en route to Cali, the Carter family soon run into trouble when their RV breaks down in the middle of the desert. Stranded, the family find themselves at the mercy of a group of monstrous cannibals lurking in the surrounding hills. With their lives under threat, the Carters have no choice but to fight back by any means necessary. Now, let me tell you, let me just grab this real quick. Something. I also have, because, again, you guys have no idea how much I've gotten lately. I've slowed down on the vinyl and been putting it all of my collecting towards movies. Here are the remakes for The Hills. This, let me tell you, still is, to me, way better. I really love and enjoy it. Up next, House by the Cemetery. I'm not going to open them anymore, the plastic cases. Now, of course, this was part of a trilogy. This is a shot gore by shot gore master Lucio Fulci. The House by the Cemetery is one of the finest, typically mind-bending exercises in shame no one told the Doyle family, who moved into a Gothic-style house by a cemetery with a bloody past and gut-spraying future, what is yet to come. You'd think they'd twig given the basement door is nailed shut, but they should get the hell out. Instead, they stay long enough to discover their zombified, non-rent-paying lodging in cellar-dwelling, flesh-hungry Dr. Friedstein, and boy, he is pissed. Now, this one right here, this one obviously is high-def digital transfer. Has Italian audio tracks, audio commentary with, I'm sorry if I butcher this name, Catrioni McCall, moderated by Colum Wadari, by co-star Sylvia Calatina, moderated by Mike Baroness, and something else. Introducing the film by star Giovanni Frieza. Back to the Cellar interview. Ladies of Italian Horror featuring Sylvia. The House by the Cemetery. It's also part of, again, you remember the new movie Suspiria? I think that this is part of that trilogy. There's a lot of Easter eggs. So that's what's there. My mom got me that movie. I remember I got a signed John Cena CD. Judy and that back in the day when there used to be a website called half.com. And for my birthday, my mom ordered that for me. And I fell in love with it. Here's a new one that is brand new, just came out. This is Killer Nun. get the light so you can see a little better. Son of a bitch. The Killer Nun. Now, this one right here is absolutely brutal. I loved this from start to finish. Aging pickup Allie gives a full-bodied performance as a sex-crazed sister with some seriously bad habits in the lurid cult classic. One of the most notorious non-exploitational films, Killer Nuns tells the sordid story of Sister Trude, a disturbed woman of the cloth who degenerates into a mirror of drug-taking, sexual perversion, and sadistic torture and murder. Joe D'Alessandro from Alida Valley, The Possessed in Suspiria, and I'm sorry if I butcher this one too, Palio Mora, Behind Cement Walls, offers spirited performance and able to support Ekberg in an outrageous based on real events. Boosted its incongruously classy score, legendary composer Alessandro Alessandrini, Woman's Camp 119, in stylish rendered to a hair-raising journey from the heights of religious degeneracy. Now, Giulio Baricci's sleazy classic is presented in a stunning liturgy of new extras ready to be pried open. I don't think that I'm going to be able to continue because of how long the video is. I'll have to do a part 2 back.